Land degradation, through the loss of biodiversity and ecosystem services, cost about 10% of the world's annual gross product in 2010. By 2014, less than 25% of the Earth's land surface was free from substantial impacts of human activity. It is estimated that by 2050, this will be less than 10%. Wetlands have been particularly degraded, with 87% lost globally in the last 300 years. Unless we reduce and reverse land degradation, it is projected that by 2050, over half of the pre-modern abundance of wild creatures will be lost. Up to 700 million of the 4 billion people living in dry lands will be forced to migrate, and crop yields will reduce by an average of 10% and by up to 50% in some regions. What drives land degradation?
A key driver is the rapid expansion and unsustainable management of land used for crops, grazing, production forests, human settlement, infrastructure, mining and industry. This threatens food security, water purification, the provision of energy and other essential contributions of nature to people.
Underlying drivers include high consumption lifestyles, rising consumption, and continued population growth. These factors often lead to unsustainable agricultural expansion, the over-extraction of natural resources and minerals, and accelerating demand for land-hungry products. Land degradation is a major contributor to climate change. Between 2000 and 2009, it was responsible for annual global emissions of up to 4.4 billion tons of CO2, with deforestation alone contributing about 10% of all human-induced greenhouse gas emissions. Climate change also impacts land degradation, with extreme weather events causing accelerated soil erosion, increased risks of forest fires, invasive species, pests, and diseases. Addressing land degradation could provide more than a third of the most cost-effective greenhouse gas mitigation activities needed by 2030 to keep global warming under the 2 degrees centigrade threshold targeted in the Paris Agreement on climate change. The two-way links between climate change and land degradation mean that these issues should be addressed together and with similar levels of urgency.